Good morning, influencers, commerce, and industry. I warmly welcome you to today's high-level conversation. Receive Intra-Africa will be taking national anthem for our country. I don't welcome the neighbor. You're again on behalf strong neighbor. You're again on behalf strongly belongs as you're compacted. I would in the of the innovation
Here, Mr. Modular. Here, Mr. Modular. It's my pleasure to welcome stand before you here e-commerce project. Welcome stand before you here e-commerce project. Our continent's enormous yet underexploited potential into a unified, digitally powered AFCTA through aggressive call rooted in evidence. The AFCTA we trade official Africa away from mental trade, because that's where companies are followed them and Africa. Inherent potential intra-African goods just 15%, while there was a 7 point compared with other almost 70%. In Africa remains at just 6. And inconsistent data, mass online shopping remains quite low, just 0.9. For strategic TA, we must through e-commerce, trade protocol, digital platforms will build trust. Investment in allow the necessary logistics full potential, like the Pan-African payment and settlement to support this trade, how technology empower our SMEs, the big banks and youth must be positioned. Africa 2021, facilitate big deal companies. You are the core of mental and social progress. Projections suggest, and it's important doers, our local herbs, tariffs, and non-tariff barriers process. Early signs of success happening, and we just need to scale. Kenya, Rwanda, and Ghana have already piloted intra-Africa trade by shipping it in the new certification about 2 months ago from our Papa Port. That first initiative has generated over and momentum in action. Meanwhile, the Pan-African Payment Settlement System, PAPS, now is persistent more than that small businesses on the still in Naira to promote this. The hundreds of enterprises sent with coordinate, it is transformative by 2020 dollars and boosts this foreign direct appointing distributor of international trade fair. That the opportunity is not mere, just is entrepreneurial, just double our resolve to build a center of its own growth story. I thank you for listening.
Gentlemen, please, let's put our hands to much, sir. So for some of us who missed out on the speech, maybe we're gisting. I think it's like it's very so on businesses why but in trade and afters initiative for the for the Awolowo Achim Timogu, please that get that. All right, so please that get that. All right, so thank you for coming. An industry. All right, so thank you for coming. An industry in person. Thank you for coming. An industry in person. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. in person. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dr. Chinyere Amona. Thank you very much. So moving forward, we'll be taking the welcome speech. I'm not going to say FCFs again by Mrs. Franca. Please call.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would recommend that you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would recommend that you stick with after for now. Stick with after for now. Until I am the coordinator. This morning, unavoidably absent. Everything that guests, our friends at the LCCI, MSME CCI, MSME entrepreneurs, members of the to the valuable opportunity on Nigeria and a single market $1 trillion, inclusive growth by removing tariffs, its integration leaders. The reality finance constraint Nigeria's AFCTA national is deliberately dems and facilitating two trade facilities and 80% reduction strengthening. Nigeria adjustment cost support trade related structure, the habilitating transport for e-commerce and digital a critical end transport for e-commerce and digital a critical end facilitating investments to build actually MSMEs, the plan access strategies and value chain. Nigeria is reforming access strategies and value chain. Nigeria is reforming developing policies, reports on sector importance to Nigeria textile, beating production efficiency or smuggled goods, journalism approach to textiles to industrial infra was very important to see about level for the just cited based rights. True, under the AFCTA, spearheaded by the Honorable Products to Uganda, up through the larger trade undertakings, availing them it. These engagements and a more holistic and her businesses, women and youth, under the to identify the most providing develop a step-by-step needs of women and youth processes and Gary share butter packs as the top 10. If your product does not have any that we have carried out to increase it for women, this project was executed private sector in ways which involves enhancing. It's important to stress ultimately drive AS partnering on innovations in supply chain finance and Frexim and talking about that be accessed by all, and particularly air and logistics. God, like I mentioned, significant economic potential. CCI jointly positioned from pilot initiated by Nigeria's our office IT made to the competitive and
Sound. Oh, Achimogo. Did I get that correctly? I tried. Oh, I did. I tried. Very demure. Just to refresh the ways for you. And three things actually. One, they were able to find out the most products used. Take one or two for me was Gary. Assist for. And lastly, the online marketplace. Okay. I want us to welcome the head for Africa Busy Intra-Africa Expeditions to presentation on the stage. All right.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on strengthening Africa's 3 points, deepen first. So we think of this as draft that someone earlier